Hi, I'm Jimmy Chang, and we're here to talk about some trigonometry terminology. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. Now, with trigonometry terminology, there's actually a lot of terms out there, but one good foundation to start with is what I like to call the big six definitions, because a lot of trigonometry revolves around these six terms. So let's get right to it and to see what they are. Now, one term that you're going to see a lot of is the sine definition, S-I-N-E, but the abbreviation is S-I-N for short. Theta is basically any angle. Now, the definition of a sine can be thought of two ways. It's either the y-coordinate over the radius of the circle, or if you're in a triangle, right triangle perspective, you're talking about the opposite leg over the hypotenuse. So it depends on what kind of context you're working out of, but either definition will suffice depending on what it is that you're working with. Now, then you have the cosine value. The cosine definition is the x-coordinate over the radius of the circle, but it can also be thought of, if you are in right triangle world, the adjacent leg over the hypotenuse. And then you get to tangent. The tangent definition is y over x. It can also be thought of as sine over cosine, but you can also think of it as the opposite leg over the adjacent leg if you're working in triangles. And then you get to the other functions which act as reciprocals. The cotangent function, for example, can be thought of as 1 over tangent. So basically think about the tangent function and then flip it. And you have cotangent. Then you have the secant. The secant definition can be thought of as the reciprocal of the cosine function. So you can think of a secant as 1 over cosine. So think about the cosine definition and then flip each fraction depending on what it is that you're working with. And then last but not least, you have the cosecant, CSC for short, and the definition of cosecant is 1 over sine. So think about the sine function, the sine definition, and then flip those fractions and you have your cosecant. There are a lot more terms out there, but these six really give you a good starting point for trigonometry. So I'm Jimmy Chang, and that's a brief introduction into trigonometry terminology.